Hi everyone, I'm Jagravi Singh, and this is Race to 2030. This is sadly my last episode for this podcast, which is going to be about partnerships for the goals. Due to the pandemic, remittances to many low and middle income countries, which is an economic lifeline for many poor households, are expected to fall as more restrictions are put into place. Progress towards achieving this goal has been slowed down by the pandemic. However, I still believe that we can come back from the pandemic better and stronger. Let's keep the faith and continue to take the necessary steps to achieve the goals. To discuss this topic further, I'm joined by one of my friends and former high school salutatorian at my school, Ta Hao. He's an incredibly smart, helpful, and resourceful person. Throughout the past year, he has helped me in so many of my school projects, and he worked alongside me during the MUN mock debates at my school. I'm glad he joined in to share his views about Goal 17. Hello, Ta. I hope you're doing well during this uncertain time. Okay, so let's get started. So, as you may know, the global goals includes no poverty, to end hunger, and to have good health, and many other goals for the well-being of our planet and for ecosystems and for humans. So basically it's just goals to help our planet survive and thrive in the future. So my first question is, how can we further promote these goals?
So for me, first and foremost, to promote this goal, I think we should enhance the cooperation among nations in the world. And this is still a problem. As we can see now, that there is a conflict between major nations. So that is United States against China or United States against Russia. So I think to enhance the cooperation, we can make more submission among those nations to reach agreement together to put those goals. And furthermore, I think for the goals about equality, each nation can further emphasize legal and property rights for minorities by setting and enforcing the laws for them. And about the sustainability, about the environment, I think nations they can further develop technology about synthetic food to reduce carbon emission, as well as encourage to use electric automobiles as alternative source rather than the fossil fuel. So I think those are maybe the ways to promote the global goals.
And moving on to my second question, do you think that the global goals can make a difference in developing countries as more scientists or CEOs start investing in them?
I think that's obviously because recent years, I think there are many CEOs and science they invest. I think, for example, in about the case in Vietnam, for example, the Viettel one, they have spread the internet network into not only Myanmar but also nation in Africa, which is a developing nation. And in my opinion, development from the CEOs and as well as scientists, they can significantly improve the facility and utility in the developing nation, like the network, better access in more fresh water, as well as for science they can reduce the stressful impact of the diseases in developing country they usually suffer, especially in Africa where they suffer the Ebola. So with more science investment, it will relieve those impacts. So yes.
So how can we promote sustainable technologies to the developing countries?
Well, this is a difficult question because usually developing countries, they usually they focus more in develop to improve the economy without regarding too much about the environment.
Yeah.
And yes, and actually that also used to happen to the case of developed nation like United States and China. They used to industrialize the nation, but they didn't regard about the environment. And you can also see that the system technology usually care and develop in developed nation rather than developing one. So I think to resolve it, to remove it, the way is that there should be distinct investment into the nation and developing nation in the investment of those for sustainable technology. And those investment, I think they could be reached by agreement between development and developing, or it can be suggested through the resolution in United Nations to grant a specific fund to those developing nations, and they should use this to develop sustainable technology. So I think that's the way I have in my head.
Yeah. So moving on to my other question, talking about leaders. Should they promote the SDGs to other local companies or institutions in their country?
Obviously, I think yes, they should, and I think they can do it through limit setting the law that limit the company from emitting the carbon dioxide as well as the waste into seas, and they can put severe punishment into if any local company violate it, so that it's like they should pay millions of dollars for it. And especially I think that the local government there, so they can do it by to promote the sustainability to local company by requiring each company to have a course of education about sustainability, about environment to the employees.
Yeah, I agree. So now I want to focus on us young people, because I strongly believe that the young people can make a huge difference in the world as they're getting more educated through social media and other platforms. So how can the young people get informed about the SDGs and use them to act in our society?
I think that one way is that we can take advantage of those social media, and also through another platform like the pop culture from singers, from those people, and there could be a program introduced and compromise between the producer and them to make advertisement or to promote the sustainability before the audience. And also from social media, they can the famous people they can text it to the young people. And I think since the pop culture and that famous, though, I think it will attract more. And also I think that another way we can inform more young people, especially Generation Z and later Alpha generation, into it is by further elaborating lecture and even a course about sustainability and environment in each school level, like primary, secondary, undergraduate, and even graduate. So,
yeah, I agree with that. They can learn more and perhaps make a bigger difference for the betterment of our world. Yeah, I agree. Yep. So that's all the questions I have for today. Thank you for being here and agreeing for my interview.
Thank you for your interview.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for my 17th episode. This is the end of this podcast series. But if you all have any other topics or suggestions to talk about related to this series, please write down a message in the comment section down below. I enjoyed sharing all my ideas or thoughts with you all. Please continue doing all the good in the world, and remember to believe in yourself. I'll keep updating my Instagram page, so please look out. Thank you all so much, and goodbye for now.